Will here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing this all-new 2022 Nissan Rogue SV.
And huge thanks to Ben and the rest of the management and staff here at Courtesy Nissan in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. These guys have an impressive inventory. I'll leave a link to it below. And if you're in the Tampa area looking for a new car or truck, I would definitely suggest checking these guys out. And as for Ben,
since its release back in 2007, the Nissan Rogue has been one of the best-selling compact SUVs in the world, rivaling vehicles such as the Toyota RAV4, Honda CR-V, Kia Sportage, so on and so forth. The fourth generation Nissan Rogue that you see here was released last year back in 2021, so really took the world by storm, sitting in the Alliance platform shared with the Mitsubishi Outlander, which has been one of my favorite new vehicles on the road today. Absolutely fantastic bargain considering a sub $35,000 price tag, and the features and quality of the materials you get are truly remarkable. The 2021 Nissan Rogue came equipped with a 2.5-liter 4-cylinder naturally aspirated engine shared throughout Nissan's lineup, also shared with the Mitsubishi Outlander. However, here for 2022, we have this all-new 1.5-liter turbocharged 3-cylinder motor, making 201 horsepower and 225 pound-feet of torque. Though we get a pretty noticeable power increase, about 20 for the horsepower, about 40 for the torque, still, we receive better fuel economy compared to last year's model. We get 30 mpgs in the city, 37 highway. The new 2022 Nissan Rogue is available in 3 trim levels, base being the S. Here we have the SV trim starting around $28,000, a couple thousand more than the S. For an additional $3,000 or $4,000, you can upgrade to the SL trim, which includes a 360 camera, full leather seating, dual pane, panoramic moonroof. The SL also gets 19-inch rims. However, the SV is also loaded with features: LED headlamps, 18-inch alloy rims, intelligent access for all 4 passengers, which is a fantastic feature. But for a base price starting around $28,500, let's see what we get. So up front, we already mentioned our LED headlamps with an LED daytime running strip right up top, halogen turn signal up top. It's a different design compared to the Outlander, but I can definitely see how they both share that Alliance platform. Functional air curtain right underneath the headlight. Pretty decent airflow for your intercooler and radiator up front. Black V-Motion Nissan grille updated. Nissan badge up front too. Really liking this front styling. I personally prefer the Mitsubishi Outlander's front styling, but this is still very nice. As far as the wheel and tire setup, also a big part about this vehicle, we get the silver and black contrasted 18-inch rims wrapped in Falcon all-season tires, dimensions being 235/60 R18s. So with the 60 sidewall tires, should really help when it comes to this vehicle's ride quality. A little bit of plastic cladding surrounding the wheel well, which helps when it comes to rock chips since this is a front-wheel drive based SUV. Splash guards for the front and rear for both sides of the wheel well, so really should help to keep this vehicle protected. A little more cladding for the rocker panel, as we mentioned, 4-door smart access, really fantastic feature. The mirrors have no blind spot monitoring, but this vehicle of course does come equipped with blind spot monitoring. I'll show you where the sensors are. LED turn signal. I'm liking this black and silver contrast, and the silver metallic paint really pops in this Florida sun. Black trim for the bottom portion of the window trim. Up top we get some chrome, blacked out A-pillar, which is a nice touch, blacked out B-pillar, C-pillar, and rear hatch area. The tints also very appreciated. Hopefully you guys can pick up this window sticker on this 2022 Nissan Rogue SV front wheel drive. Base price of course sitting at $28,400. Mechanically standard features include 1.5-liter dual overhead cam, 12-valve turbocharged engine, 201 horse, 225 torque, Xtronic CVT transmission, manual mode with paddle shifters, electronic parking brake with auto hold, front and rear disc brakes, 18-inch alloy wheels, temporary spare tire, front independent suspension, rear multi-link suspension, drive mode select, safety and security. This vehicle is loaded with advanced safety features: brake assist, auto emergency braking with pedestrian detection, blind spot warning, rear cross traffic alert, lane departure warning, high beam assist, rear automatic braking, intelligent lane intervention, blind spot intervention, intelligent forward collision warning too. Comfort and convenience: 8-way power driver's seat with 2-way power lumbar support. Great feature for a base, not a base, but cloth seats. 60/40 split in the second row. Nissan Connect, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, 8-inch touchscreen, Wi-Fi hotspot, power windows, auto up down for the driver. Second row seat air vents, intelligent key and 4-door request switch with push button start. Dual zone auto climate control, remote engine start stop with intelligent climate control too. 2 rear charge only USB connection ports, 1 type A, 1 type C. Rear view monitor, rear sonar system, rear door alert, Pro Pilot Assist, which includes steering assist, intelligent cruise control with full speed range and hold, and voice recognition. Outside, intelligent auto headlamps, LED low and high beam headlamps, LED daytime running lamps, LED tail lamps, and a rear spoiler. dual power heated outside mirrors with LED turn signal indicators, and a rear privacy glass, all standard on a $28,390 Nissan Rogue SV. Options include these $180 splash guards, chrome rear bumper protector for $170, and the floor mats and the cargo area protector with the first aid kit will run you about $385. After a $1,225 destination charge, this SUV is sitting a tick over 30,000 bucks. As you mentioned, 30 city, 37 highway, 33 combined MPGs. Really a fantastic value. Same rear wheel and tire setup. The only difference is a smaller brake caliper. The gas tank is a push to open with easy fill. It doesn't have the suggested fuel, however, this is a turbocharged engine, so I'll personally recommend throwing some 93 or premium fuel if possible. LED taillights, reverse light and turn signals, SV badging on the side, rear parking sensors, tinted rear hatch, bumper protector, shout out courtesy Nissan of Tampa, Rogue badging above, Nissan updated, Nissan badge with the white contrast. But that's about it. We can take a squat back here. Hopefully you guys can get a good sense on this vehicle's rear styling, and let's start this car up and hear how this 1.5 liter turbo sounds. All right, guys, that was, of course, the sound of the 1.5 liter turbo 3-cylinder sold by Nissan for this all-new Rogue. And it doesn't sound terrible. It's just with the 3,000 RPM rev limiter, you can't really get a good sense. Unfortunately, no struts. We're gonna have to deal with the prop rod, which is right over here. Not the toughest process though. And for a sub 30,000 SUV, not a big deal. But here we have it, the 1.5 liter turbo motor making 201 horsepower, 225 pound-feet of torque, enough to get this SUV to 60 in around 7 seconds with a great low and mid-range power delivery. But as you see, the engine sits pretty high up for what it is. So we'll see how the handling feels once you take it out on the road. Between the two strut towers, I don't see any connecting rod, so it's not going to have the stiffest feel when you take it out for a drive. But that's not what this vehicle is about. It's not about the handling. It's about the ease of acceleration and overall drivability. And we'll test all that out once we take it out for a drive. We'll take care of this prop rod, get this hood closed. We'll take one more step back. You guys can get a good look at the front styling one more time, and let's hop over here, check out the interior on this 2022 Rogue SV, and really step inside. So first thing we notice up top, we get a 2-tone or 3-tone contrast with materials. All three are soft touch up top, nice soft plastic material, a little bit of cloth for the center, good spot for your arm to rest, aluminum door handle, foldable mirrors, 4-way adjustable, auto one touch for the driver, power windows for the other. And outside of the window controls, we get this really nice faux carbon fiber-ish faux wood trim. The armrests all very soft leather material with the contrast stitching. Hard plastic down here, massive cup holder. Should easily be able to fit a 20-ounce bottle with no issues, maybe like a 6-inch sub to the side of it. No nameplate as we step inside, and the seats are just cloth, but really comfortable seats. Great shoulder support, solid bolstering support, and a very soft area for the bottom. Full adjustability too, 2-way lumbar, slide, drop, lift, and slide the seats or recline the seats as well. But as far as the interior itself, let's take a step inside and really check it out. And first thing I notice is the steering wheel. Nissan's really been killing it lately. Unfortunately for the SV, we don't get a leather wrapped steering wheel, and it's not nearly as thick as the Outlander. I definitely prefer the steering wheel we get in the new 2022 Mitsubishi Outlanders. But this is still a pretty nice steering wheel. The updated Nissan badge for the horn itself, pretty aggressive, not the most aggressive. Should be more than enough to get people out of your way. Volume, skip the songs right here. This is just your infotainment little dial. And speaking of that, you can see your advanced safety features, lane keep assist, settings, digital speedo, and a blank screen. Next to it, we have our drive computer, manual reset, fuel economy, speed reset, and tire pressure. For some reason, we have our front right tire with much more air than the others. We'll probably let them know at the dealership so they can figure that out. AM, FM, but that's about it. My personal favorites to look at at all times would probably just be this digital speedometer right here. So we'll leave it there. 6,000 RPM for the tachometer, 140 for the speedometer. Beneath that, we have our gas gauge, digital gas gauge next to it. Miles in the vehicle, thermometer up top. Really useful features. Auto headlamps too, very satisfying click. Nissan's really been doing a great job with their stocks lately. No rain sensing wipers, wouldn't really be expected, but you can adjust the speed of the intermittent function right over there. Paddle shifters too. This is just a CVT transmission, but we'll check out the ratios once we take it out on the road. To the left, we have active steering, interior brightness, tilt and telescope for the steering wheel. Hopefully you can get a good look at your pedals, and the hood release will be right next to them. But that's about it. Up top for the entire dashboard, we get a soft touch material with some stitching for the front area. 8-inch touchscreen, really nice. You can see everything that's included. No map. We don't have navigation as a standard feature. However, we get Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, so if you want to use navigation, you can always hook it up and mirror it through your phone. Really impressive overall. Shortcuts on the bottom. Camera, you press the camera button, you can adjust the predictive course lines, it's your guidance lines, and the display can be adjusted based on brightness, contrast, tint, color, and black level. We'll leave it all in the original settings. Whoever buys this vehicle can, of course, adjust it to their own liking. Dual zone auto climate control, no wireless phone charger, unfortunately. Engine start stop, USB-C next to it, USB, and a 12-volt, good spot for a radar detector. This gear selector controls a CVT transmission. We can check out the backup camera right here. Not the best resolution. It's still nice to get guidance lines, no trajectory, but you'll see just about everything you need to. You drop it down into drive, pull it back one more time. We have our manual shift controls. You notice the 1, which as we tap the paddle shifters changes up. Well, it's not going to change up because we're not moving, but it's still nice to see what gear we're currently in once we do slap it into our manual shift modes. But to put it back into park, you simply press the button. Electronic parking brake, auto hold, dynamic mode too, so you can adjust between sport, standard, and eco. We'll start this review off in standard and check out the differences between standard and sport. That same material, that plastic grain material, surrounds this entire cup holder and gear selector area. It looks pretty premium. It's just a plastic, it's not a real wood trim, but it does add to the styling of this SUV. This area is all hard plastic, a little bit of additional storage beneath. Not the most space down here, but definitely more than enough for some car accessories, some stuff that you wouldn't just want sitting around on your passenger seat like I currently have right now. The armrest, pretty soft, not the softest. I like the contrast stitching with the leather. We can open her up right here. It opens up in 2 separate directions. Very deep. I think you can fit a 2-liter bottle of soda in there with no issues, but that's really just about it. Good little spot for some coins. You can probably rest your phone in there if you need to. Pretty spacious little center console. The glove box, though, you open it up, it's very well damped, pretty large. I would expect you to fit between probably around 20 license plates. Probably just 1 pair of shoes. It'll be tough to fit a second pair in here, but still pretty spacious for a glove box. The rear view mirror, it's not frameless, it's not auto dimming, pretty old school, but if you upgrade to the SL, all the technology in this car gets much, much better. Sunglass holder behind, no dual panoramic sunroof either, because that's also coming on your SL trim. This is just a mid-trim SV, but even for a mid-trim, this vehicle has a ton of really useful features. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered in the back seat, then take this car out for a drive. All right, guys, step into the back seat. Again, we have smart access for the rear, which is a great touch for a $28,000 SUV. Up top, we just get hard plastic, to be expected for the back seat. Soft touch cloth for the middle portion. Nice soft leather, contrasted stitch trim beneath. All hard plastic. Another one of your speakers, pretty nice size cup holder. The rear seats, same thing as the front, cloth inserts. Very nice bolstering support for a back seat. Very soft too for the center. As far as legroom, I'm 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings. And wow, I still have at least like 5-6 inches of legroom. Really spacious back here. Mat pockets behind both of the front passengers. Hold the driver and the front passenger. Little center cubby. You got to jab your hand in here to access it. No string. Pretty soft cloth. Pass through. Good spot for a phone, and 2 cup holders, which should be able to fit up to 16-ounce cups. Pretty impressive back here. The interior lights are not LEDs, but still pretty nice nevertheless. We get air vents back here too. USB port and a USB-C. Great features. I'm really impressed with this car so far. Let's check out the trunk real quick and then take this car out for a drive. All right, guys, so to access this trunk, you press this button for the latch and you have to open it up manually. We do not get an auto opening tailgate. However, the hydraulic struts are appreciated, so it gives you a very nice boost. And the entrance height in this SUV is pretty low. I'm 6 feet tall. My knees are just around the same level as the entrance for this hatch area. But as far as the overall trunk space, pretty impressive. The seats fall down 60-40 split. You fold those seats down, I'd expect you to fit between a 65 to an 80-inch TV back here. Really large opening, pretty low step in height. Pretty impressive overall. As far as secret storage, you can lift this little area up. We see our spare tire, and you can probably get some secret stuff around it. Pretty useful when it comes to space. Again, we don't get any power tailgate. You gotta close it yourself. Not the biggest deal though, especially for a $28,000 SUV. That's about it though for this 2022 Nissan Rogue SV. Let's take it out for a drive. All right, guys, now we're just about seen everything we need to see with the inside and outside of this all new 2022 Nissan Rogue SV with the all new 1.3 liter turbo, VC turbo, engine. Let's take it out for a drive. And the first thing I notice is throttle response feels pretty strong. You get a pretty decent bite off the line with the gas pedal. The steering feels very direct, just not as satisfying to hold as the Mitsubishi Outlander. The Outlander truly has one of the best steering systems in the business. As far as the windows, they're dual pane windows, just like the Outlander. We get dual pane windows. Great feature considering the price of this car. This is a $26,000 base car, and we get dual pane windows. That's unbelievable. Stepping out though, we'll see a little bit of this engine's power. About quarter throttle. Good torque. Wow, yeah, torque is miles ahead of the Outlander and the previous year's Rogue, the 2021 Rogue, which had the same power plant as the Outlander. Wow, this is like night and day. But we have a red light coming up, should give us a great opportunity to do a real acceleration off the line, and I'll catch back with you in 1 second. All right, guys, off the line right here. Wow. Yeah, so it's not the strongest off the line. It takes a second for the boost to kick in. But once it does, this thing really takes off. It feels noticeably quicker than the new Outlanders. However, up top, it's pretty comparable. It doesn't feel like it has that much more top-end horsepower, but the process of building power up to redline feels a lot stronger. Like rolling start right here. Oof, yeah. Noticeably stronger than the Outlander. I could definitely see 0 to 60 happening around 7. Maybe quicker than 7. I would say between 6.8 to 7.4 seconds. It should be most people's 0 to 60 times. This feels very strong. Cruising along to basically silent. Such a quiet interior. Ride quality is soft. All right, guys, stepping out onto this multiple lane highway. Regular acceleration, about a third throttle right here. Great torque. Not liking the simulated shifts. I feel like with a lot of CVTs, the simulated shifts, although they make the car feel like a traditional automatic, they slow you down noticeably. It just takes you right out of the power band. I'm not a big CVT fan in general, however, when the CVT starts using the ratios, it makes me hate it even more. I'd rather have a CVT with no ratios, just keep me in the power band, let me get to speed, and then call it a day, instead of get me to the power band and immediately drop me out of it without actually changing the ratio of the acceleration. So I'm not a big fan of the simulated shifts for CVTs, but it's still an impressive experience, guys. Right here, throwing it in a little bit quicker than we should. The brakes feel nice. Body roll, less than the Outlander. The Outlander has a little bit of body roll, and this feels a little bit more planted and sporty compared to it. But it still has a pretty similar overall feel. The ride quality is fantastic. The sound isolation, borderline incredible. This is one of the quietest vehicles on the road today, considering the price tag. I'll throw in the POV camera right here, step out onto that pretty rough concrete pavement, where most vehicles that we review have quite a decent amount of road noise and wind, well, not wind noise, but road noise on the rough pavement. And we'll see if that's the case here for this 2022 Rogue. All right, guys, stepping out in the all-new 2022 Rogue with the 1.5 liter 3-cylinder turbo. Let's see how it performs on some pretty rough pavement. Feels smooth. Feels very smooth. Good torque. Wow, it's really quiet. We just drove those two Volvo cars, the XC60 Inscription and the XC90 Inscription, two fully loaded, expensive luxury cars. And this car is just as quiet as both of them. Ride quality just as soft as the Volvo cars. This is an unbelievable value. This Alliance platform from Nissan and Mitsubishi is truly incredible. I would definitely recommend anybody looking for a compact SUV to check it out. I do wish that they had more power plant options to be choosing between, like a 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine to a CVT in the Outlander. I wasn't really impressed with that motor. I've always been waiting for the 2 liter VC turbo that we see in the Nissan Altima to carry over to the Mitsubishi Outlander or even the Rogue. However, that does not seem to be the case. It seems to be this 1.3 liter turbo is going to be taking over the 2.5, but it would still be nice to see an upgraded engine choice in both the Rogue and the Outlander. As far as like the turning radius though, check this out. This turning radius is ridiculous. One of the sharpest in the business, not quite as sharp as the new XC60 from Volvo, but still a super sharp turning radius, about third throttle, good torque. But you see what I mean? Those simulated shifts just knock you out of the power band, so I would like it better if we didn't have any simulated shifts, just straight CVT, like a jet ski, rev it out. But we got some open road right here. Should give us a good opportunity to try an acceleration off the line. So we'll slow down right here. And we're not gonna brake torque it or anything, just on the brake, on the gas, and let's go. Little lag, boom, goodbye. Yeah, this is definitely no slouch. Bump right here, big bump, boom. Great ride quality here. This is a really good value SUV. We reviewed the Rogue Sport on this channel not too long ago, and I was impressed with it with a base price around like the $24,000 to $25,000 mark. I was pretty impressed. I'm not that impressed with it anymore. This car is so far ahead of the Rogue Sport. I would definitely recommend paying an extra couple $1,000 and just go with the regular Rogue. This car is impressive. I could totally see how it's been one of the best sellers over the last few years. Really just as impressive as the RAV4 we reviewed. I prefer the RAV4 for its true 8-speed automatic and naturally aspirated 2.5-liter engine. I also prefer the steering wheel and stuff like that, but this car is really just as surprising as the RAV4. Very impressive. I would definitely recommend anybody cross-shopping between the two. Let's definitely try this one out. And stepping back out into this multiple lane highway, real world acceleration, quarter throttle. Great torque, but again, those simulated shifts, I'm just not a really big fan. Either give us a true 8-speed transmission or just leave the CVT the way it was. As far as real world turning radius, sharp, we knew it was gonna be sharp, about half throttle. Ooh, that torque is just impressive. This car can move. It's definitely no slouch. And just cruising along at around speed limit miles per hour. Silent. Road noise, nothing. Wind noise, nothing. It's crazy. It's ridiculous how quiet it is in this interior. Really impressive. Huge thumbs up to Nissan. Huge thumbs up to the Alliance platform and the team that designed this Alliance platform, because what an SUV for the money. $26,000 base price. Great torque, great handling, basically silent in the interior. We're lacking a few features. We're sitting on cloth seats. I personally don't mind cloth seats because they're very soft and comfortable, but I know a lot of you guys think the cloth seats are a little cheap. Yeah, this vehicle is not going to have the most high quality materials. The Outlander is going to have a nicer designed interior, in my opinion, too, especially with the steering wheel. But still, what a value that you get for the money. We'll throw it in one more time a little bit faster than we should. Hopefully this lady doesn't start crossing the road before we do so. She's not. Okay, right here. A little bit of body roll, but really not that much. Yeah, that low end torque once that turbo kicks in. Definitely nothing like the Outlander. This vehicle has way more low end torque. Or like the 2021 Rogue, this vehicle has way more low end torque. And we're still getting better gas mileage. 30 city, 37 on the highway. What a car. All in all, guys, I'm really impressed with this new 1.5 liter 3-cylinder and the 2022 Rogue in general. Really impressive SUV. I could definitely see the upgrade compared to the previous year with the 2.5 liter naturally aspirated engine. However, I know a lot of you guys are concerned about reliability when you have a 3-cylinder motor with 1.5 liters, 1500 cc 3-cylinder motor with a huge turbocharger, enough to get it to over 200 horsepower and to over 220 pound-feet of torque. Reliability becomes a big question because that's a lot of pressure for a really small motor. So we'll see how it works long term. The 2.5 liter from Nissan has been a proven, well-built motor, and this hasn't. But I guess we're gonna have to wait for the end result to really see how the long-term reliability is with this 2022 Rogue. But initial quality, driving impressions when the car is brand new, I'm impressed. I like this power plant way more than the 2.5 liter in the Outlander. The Outlander will do 0 to 60 around 9 seconds. CVT still has a CVT, but the 2.5 liter 4-cylinder is a more proven motor if you want to go for the pure reliability. But other than that, this is still a really impressive SUV, really one of the best you can get for the money. The competition, most of its competition outside of the Outlander, of course, doesn't have dual pane windows. So to have dual pane windows on a $26,000 base car, it's borderline unheard of. What a fantastic value. The backseat space is excellent. Low end torque, fantastic. As far as the initial quality of the power plant, I am beyond impressed. I would definitely recommend anybody looking for a compact SUV to check this one out. This is a fantastic value as a new car. Other than that though, I'd like to give a huge thank you to Courtesy Nissan here in Tampa, Florida for making this review possible. Unbelievable dealership. The inventory is starting to flow back to normal again. And if you're looking for a new car or truck in the Tampa area, I would definitely recommend checking out Courtesy Nissan. And as for Ben, he's the guy who helped me get the keys to this really impressive 2022 Nissan Rogue. and I have a ton of appreciation for it. I also have a ton of appreciation for all you guys for watching. Thank you guys so much. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know I have endless gratitude for all the subscribers. The channel is just not possible without you guys, and I really appreciate all the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people now. Leave a comment, let me know what you like, let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment, let me know if there's any specific cars or trucks you'd like to see reviewed in this channel too. And I'll definitely try to get all those videos for you as soon as possible. But other than that, again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.